All right, welcome everybody. Today we're going to be designing on Fusion 360 and we're going to be designing a hockey and soccer, like a medal hanger. Here, I got a picture here. I'll show you this one. This is kind of what it's going to look like. We're just kind of going to do something similar as Merge 1234 with a cool name. But we're going to be replacing it with a hockey and a soccer player. All right, let's get this out of here. All right, so first things first, what we're going to start with is a SVG. Now, I already have those in a plate or in a folder. But before we do that, we're going to start with a sketch. We need to know what printer we're going to be using. So I'm going to be using my Bambu Labs printer, and it has a 256 millimeter build plate. So whatever we design has to be within those limits. 256 is kind of pushing it, so we're just actually going to go like 250. Should be good. And we're just going to hit X as a construction. You can kind of see down here on the bottom left all the buttons and stuff I'm pressing, because sometimes I tend to go a little bit fast. We're going to finish our sketch there. Now we're going to make a new sketch, and this time we're going to say insert SVG, and I already have them here, so this should be the hockey player. And we're just going to hit flip here, and that's kind of what he's going to look like, and we can kind of scale him. Now, I'm going to say we kind of want to have him like not overly big, kind of like that size right there. And we're just going to hit OK. Then we're going to see that that's the SVG that's imported right there. And we're kind of going to draw a straight line here. So we have a plane of reference. We're going to hit S for search. I'm going to go extend. Click this button a few times. So all that's doing is it's just going to extend that line all the way through. Keep hitting. There we go. We're going to hit T for trim. We can just... Oh, that trimmed way too much. There we go. Oh, you know what? It is because I had this as a construction line. I should not have this as construction lines, so I'll change that. Now if I go into my second sketch again, and we can trim that. No, wait, that's not working. That's why it's not. I need to have those projected because those were from the other sketch. All right. Well, let's go ahead and we'll insert our other SVG, which would be the soccer player. And this is actually a group of soccer players. Just some SVGs I found on the internet for free. We're going to see, we're looking for one where the ball is actually connected to the player. So maybe, you know, maybe like this guy is what we're going to use. So I'm just going to drag this over here. Kind of want him the same size. That is perfect. I hit OK here. It's going to load. And once it's done, I'm actually just going to get rid of all of these extra ones that we don't need. Oh, I got rid of that guy's foot. So we'll be selecting all of these. Some of these SVGs are kind of taxing on the computer while you edit them. But as you can see, it's not really the way you're supposed to draw stuff in Fusion. There's like so many little lines and stuff, but you know, it works. Now we're just gonna go Control C and Control V, and that should make us a copy of what we need. We're gonna bring this over here, and yeah, we're just gonna put it around here somewhere. Kind of want the ball to be just kind of touching in the bottom of his foot as well. That's what's going to be attached to the rest of what we're going to be doing. All right. Now for the actual framework, let's go in. Let's see how much we have here. We have about 37 millimeters. And there. Okay. So, you know what? We're going to go in like, let's say 20. All right. And then we'll go 20 here as well. As you can see, I'm pressing L because that's a shortcut for line instead of having to go up here the whole time and hitting that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go rectangle, draw down here a little bit. Let's say, you know, I always have my caliper handy. I don't know if this will show up. It's trying to blur it out. But anyway, so I'll always have my caliper. Here, there we go. I have my caliper handy, so I can always gauge and be like, oh, you know what? That's 20 millimeters. That's more than enough. So, you know, we're actually just going to go like 10. That should be good. So we're going to go 10. And right there. All right. So the next step that we're going to do is we need to have actual pieces to get the metals on. Metals usually have like little bands or stuff that they're, you know, little lanyard type things that they're hanging on. We're gonna go, let's go, we're gonna add like 4 on each side. That should be more than enough. And we're gonna want these bands, let's go 10 millimeters each, and we want the 10 millimeter spacing between each of them. So we're gonna go 10 millimeters, draw down like another 10 millimeters. All right. And then we're going to find the center of this, which should be right here. Make that a construction line. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go a rectangle again here. So 10 millimeters and like that. But we want this to be cut back a little bit. So unselect chain selection, and then I'm going to hold left click and see what happens. It lets you pick either the line behind it, which is this one, or that line. So we're going to pick that line, and we're just going to go here. You know, those bands are usually not very wide. Again, I'm taking my calipers, and I'm like, you know, like 20, let's go 30 millimeters. We don't want this to be too close. So we're going to go 30 millimeters. I'm going to hit enter, and that's going to make a little line right there. And then all that we can do is we can just trim this back like that. And whatever, just leave that line. That's where it gets that. If we delete that line, it's going to mess up with this anyway. So we don't want to do that. All right. So now one other thing we need to do is just kind of go down, make like a little rectangle here as well. Let's go, let's stick with 10. You know, we're just going to go 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. That makes things easy. There we go. All right. Now we said we wanted 4 of these. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to select everything like that. Not like this, because if you go left, you see how it changes to like a construction type. So it selects everything it touches. So it has selected these lines and those lines. But if I go this way, you see the blue solid line, it'll only select what it covers 100%. So see, for example, how it didn't select this line when I go blue or to the right, But if I go to the left, it does select that line. All right. So we're going to select that, and let's go, we're going to go a rectangular pattern. And now we're going to space this out. So we said we wanted 4, so we're going to change the quality to 4 over here. And we're just going to go like that. So see how it's all connected? Like that. There's lots of other settings here, but I'm sure we'll cover that in different videos. But for now, this is what we're going to go with. All right. And then all we can do is we're going to select all of these again. When I go create mirror, and that's going to be our one right there. And there we have our mirror plane. Now, I just finished the sketch. I hit E for extrude, or you can find it up here. Hit extrude. And I'm going to hide this sketch because see how it keeps wanting to select it when I hover over something? All right. So we're going to go extrude. We just select all of these. And now we're going to go. That doesn't need to be that much. I think like 5 millimeters is more than enough. All right. So let's just bring that sketch back. Actually, just jump back into here because we also want to include all of these right here. There we go. I think the hockey puck here kind of looks pretty cool. And the hockey stick, the hockey kind of shows the hockey puck. All right, there we go. So, and then now what we can do is now we can do the same. We can just select that guy. We're going to go 5. All right. There we go. Okay. Extrude again. We're going to select that guy. And we're going to select all of these little pieces right here. So we can make the soccer ball. We could actually just have drawn our own soccer ball, you know, to have made it a little bit easier, but we'll just click all of these. Oh, I wonder if we go 5 now, is it going to, yeah, it's going to give us an error. Okay. You know what? Middle mouse zooms you out if you double tap it, by the way. And you know what? We're just going to make our own soccer ball. I press C for circle, or you can go up here and you just have to be in the sketch environment. Or you can go up here and you can go to circle, lots of different circles, but just the regular circle should do. And you know, we're just going to go kind of like that. There we go. And we can kind of drag this around a little bit by moving it. And right here, we're going to make it a little bit smaller. Find the center there. Definitely a way to actually make this precise, but we're not really too interested in that. I'm just going to go like this. All right, there we go. Now we're going to go extrude, and we're going to select all of that, and we're going to hit 5, and we're just going to say join, and let's see what it looks like. There we go. And let's try that one more time. Select, please. Thank you. I'm going to go and join. There we go. Okay. All right. It's not liking when I'm laying down. Let's do, you know what? We'll just do this. We'll do another sketch. There's probably some geometry over here with all of these lines, and it's getting a little bit confused because we actually just want a perfect circle. So we're just going to project that circle from this new sketch, and then we're going to go and hide that sketch. And then what we can do is, yeah, see, it kind of does some funny stuff down here. We don't want that. We want to make sure we select that with our original projection or extrusion. Yeah, see all of this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to delete this extrusion. Bring this guy back really quick. I'm going to extrude just him. We're going to go 5. All right. And now we'll do the ball separately. Hit extrude again, and we'll go 5. Gotta try and cut, but we're just gonna change it to join. And there we go. Kind of like a soccer ball. Although it kind of looks funny. Maybe we should have... maybe we should put some of these lines in there. Let's see. Can we do that? Oh, they're going to be so small. You know what? They're not even going to show up on the 3D printer. Yeah, see, they're like so small in between. Yeah. Huh. All right. Now, let's take a quick look here. Okay. I wonder how we're gonna get a soccer ball. How are we gonna get that to look like a soccer ball? Okay. We'll come back to that. Let's leave it as a ball for now. One thing we can do to make this look nice is we can go to fillet and we can start selecting some of these corners just to make them a lot more rounded like that. Let's go with, we'll go with 5. We'll stick with 5. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to hit there and see if I, Ugh, that did not do what I wanted it to do. Oh, because it's doing those 2 corners as well. Okay. When you select a surface like that, it wants to do all 4 of the sides. And sometimes that's not exactly what we're looking for. So we can go ahead and select all of these. Little pieces right here. Sometimes. Well, we could have done this a different way by just drawing one, made the fillets, and then we use that as our pattern for everything. Here we go. There we go. That looks a lot nicer, hey? Perfect. All right. Now, what we also want to do is we just want to put some in here. Wish there was like a way to do like a time lapse in a live stream. That would be pretty cool. But unfortunately, everybody who's watching this has to sit through it. Maybe find a shortcut key to bump up the music while this is happening, and then I can just put up the tunes and keep doing this. Okay, there we go. That was actually pretty quick. We're gonna go 5. Now look at that. That looks a lot nicer. All right, now the last little step is, oh, that's probably not gonna print, but whatever. The slicer will take care of it. The last little step is, how do you attach this to the wall? Now, you want it to stand off from the wall a little bit, because otherwise, how do you, how do you put stuff over it? If I were to bring this picture back in here, right? Like you kind of want it off of the wall a little bit, because you need to be able to put these over it. Okay, so for that, I actually have some standoffs that I have designed beforehand. And I think I'm just going to glue them to the back of this, because we want this to print flat. We don't want this to use any supports. It's just something simple as like a little gift. One cool thing is, though, we could technically see how this looks kind of far apart. Let me see if we did this the right way. If I go in here and I change this to, for example, 15, all of these should change. And if I hit OK, look what happens. All of a sudden that space is a lot smaller. Which 15, that's 30 in total. That should be good. That should be more than good. All right, well, I think that's it. I'm just going to try and find... So all that the standoffs are here. I'm gonna see if I can find them here. They're here somewhere. I have so many things on here. Let's see. Stuff around the shop. Here they are. Perfect. Okay. So all that this is a standoff, and that part gets glued to it. Let's drag it in here. We're gonna drag one of these in here. All right, there it is. And we actually need to flip this around 180. All right, and that's actually the right orientation. And then, so all that the way I made these and how they work is you're just gonna kind of glue them here in the corners like this. You could put another one in this corner here, and I'll probably put one down here and one down here. Just because this is going to be a little bit flimsy. You kind of want it to be supported everywhere. So the way this works is you're just going to put these right here. They kind of go right there. You're just going to glue them on there. And then what it does is it just makes it stand off from the wall by, let's see, 20, like I think it was 25 millimeters originally. And I have screws that I use, one specific size of screw that, or it's like a number 10, I think. Yeah. And it goes through here. So if you mount it into the wall, into a stud, or even if you just use a drywall plug and you put the number 10 screw in there, then you can just push these through. And then when it drops down, the screw head goes in here and then it can pull off the wall. So yeah, I'm just going to take this, 3D print this, and 3D print 4 of these. I glue them on there with like CA glue, like crazy glue type thing. That should be good enough. And yeah, there we go. I mean, one thing I could do also, let's actually hide this. Let me do this, you know, because I'm going to put these files up for free afterwards. So let's go project in here. Remember, this is down here. If I go fast, you can see what I'm pressing. We're going to go offset and we're going to go change selection. All right. It's going to be mad at me because there's a lot here. There we go. Okay. Come on, computer. Okay. Yeah, it's frozen. Oh, booey. Okay, it's because it's selecting all of those as well. Okay, no, we're going to hit cancel. See how it's like just destroying my computer? Because it's trying to select all of those with the offset. Yeah, that's bad. Okay. Let's go offset again, but we're gonna, yeah, keep that off. So all that we're looking for is these ones here. And we're gonna go right here. Oh, that's not chained. So, okay, it's because this is not connected to that, so I can't do that. So here's all that I'm looking for is, you know what, I could actually... Let me see. Can I make a circle right on? Perfect. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So I'm just going to make a circle on there. And let me see here. If I have a screw kicking around here. You know what? I don't need to get an actual screw because I can just check from here what the size is. So that is a diameter of 10 millimeters. Okay, great. So here's what I want to do. We're just going to cut a hole in here that is 10 millimeters. There we go. No, that's actually too big. We want it to be the smaller one of the two. Yes, we want it to be this one, which is 4.2. That makes a lot more sense. So we're just going to make some holes here. That's 4.2. I'll zoom out and we're going to go here. 4.2. And that should take care of our mounting. You know what? But this is not going to work because we still need to... the problem is you still need like a standoff from the wall. Otherwise you won't be able to get the metals on there, right? So... yeah, I was just gonna make some holes and then you can just all right. Well, see, I'm trying to think how you can make this really, really easy. And yeah, let's do this. Let's stick with this. We're gonna go like 4.2. Alright, I'm just gonna move this a little bit. Alright, and I'm gonna go 4.2. Okay. We're gonna go and select all 4 of these. And we can click on the back side and it's going to make a hole straight through. Okay. Great. And now what we can do is we can just... We need some sort of standoff. This cannot be on the wall. So what we can do is we can just make another part over this, is what I'm thinking. I just double... interesting how that's not showing up. Okay, so when I do this, it's like you just double click your middle mouse button and it like recenters you. Right, like that. Okay. So I'm wondering if we can just make a part that's kind of like this. All right, and we don't need this to be far off the wall. We just need it to be like, let's see, like 10 millimeters should be good enough. And we're just gonna hit here, new body, and we're gonna hit OK. And then what we can go here is we can call this like, oh, this is for some reason, this was supposed to be join as well. There we go. All right, let's call this metal hanger, and we're gonna call this standoff. All right, so then all you're gonna do is you're gonna print 4 of these, print 1 of these, and you're gonna find the right screws, like I said, like a type number 10 or whatever, I think, and you're gonna put that through there, and that's gonna be your standoff to keep it away from the wall. Yeah, wonder if 10. Maybe 5 millimeters. Maybe we can make that a little bit smaller. Let's make that 5 instead. That should be good with 5. There we go. All right, well, that's it. That's how easy you can design something as simple as this from just using some SVGs and all like kind of basic stuff from Fusion. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video and see you on the next one.